What's up, everyone? I'm Janitor Jake.
I'm Chris K.
And welcome to the American Gaming Geeks. Stupid.
What? Ready?
I don't want the likes of you watching my back! The chopper's waiting! You're done!
Alright, and welcome back for another episode. Now, if you're new to the channel or you want to get right straight to the game, you can go to this number right here, and it'll take you right to the gameplay. Otherwise, we are going to get the show started. So, Chris, anything new with you in the world of gaming?
No.
Okay, good, because there's nothing new with me in the world of gaming either. So with that being said, we're going to hop right to it. Now, you might be noticing a little something different. I got these things on. That's because the audio recorder that we are using, you bought this thing called the Sony PCM M10. It's been acting pretty poo-poo on us.
Yeah, it's been like, it lasted, what, 10 years? I don't know, 5
Yeah,
years?
Yeah, it lasted quite a while. It lasted
7 years.
quite a while, but the only problem lately that I've been dealing with, usually we plug in our microphones, goes into there, and I could get it all tweaked out and everything sounds good. Put it into the audio recorder, everything on the left channel is good, everything on the right channel is good. Lately, I plug it in, and all of a sudden all the audio is on the left side. And then partway through, it'll start creeping up into the right side, and then it'll drop, and it just keeps doing all this weird, goofy stuff. So, I figured, what the heck, maybe I'll sit here and monitor this, because what's really nice is I can hear it with no delay. It just goes right straight through. No any kind of weird delay. So I'm going to monitor it, and that way if I hear it creeping off to the left or the right, I'll sit here and wiggle a bunch of nonsense and try getting it going. So I might look a little funky-dunky today. Alright, and so without further ado, let's get to the game. And the game we are playing today is good old Colecovision presents Smurf. So the Smurfs for the good old Colecovision.
Yeah.
Smurf Rescue in Gargamel's Castle. Do not own the box, do not own the manual. And I never really grew up with the Smurfs. I ended up playing this, I think a few days ago, and it seemed like a nice chill out, sit back, relax, smell the roses type game. So I figured, what the heck, let's play it.
Yeah.
But I have no knowledge of the Smurfs. I watched it once when I might have been 1 year old, and I saw one episode. That's all I remember. You are more familiar with the Smurf
I've seen a few
lore.
more episodes of the Smurfs. Gargamel and all the different Smurfs. They're all like, they're like the dwarfs from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You got Sleepy and Doc and Sneezy and Farty. I don't know what their names are, but they each embody a personality, and it's like they just go through stupid little adventures. It always came on after the Gummy Bears. I'd rather watch the Gummy Bears than the Smurfs, but yeah, Smurfs, I've seen a little bit of it. The main memory I have of Smurfs is like my kindergarten teacher just had a huge collection of Smurfs memorabilia.
Yeah, and the basic storyline, from what I gather, is you control a Smurf. I don't know his name. I remember I read a little bit of the manual, but I don't know if you play as a specific Smurf. However, Gargamel, the bad guy, apparently went and kidnapped Smurfette. And so your goal as a Smurf is to just go and rescue Smurfette from Gargamel's castle.
It's like Mario. You have to rescue Princess Peach.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the earliest examples of a game that I personally own where you actually go and rescue a princess-type character. You go and you save a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Because up to this point, all my games in order of release, I don't think I've played a game where you rescue a princess.
Huh.
Or rescue a damsel in distress like that.
This might be like the first, or one of the first.
Yeah, definitely one of the earliest examples.
Huh.
So I guess without further adu, let's pop the puppy in and get going. You ready to play?
I'm game.
Blow in there, get spit. Get spit in there to make the contact better.
Yeah.
Alright, and there we go. We got the title screen. And,
nice. Color.
And that's the thing, too, with these older consoles. I love the color and stuff, but it's like a very static screen.
Yeah.
In comparison to a lot of the other stuff. So here's where you actually get to use the button layout on... Hello? Hello? Exactly, looks just like a phone. But here's where you'd use the button layout. So you push button 1 to go to skill number 1, button 2 for 2, 3, and 4. And then you have 5, 6, 7, and 8, and that's 2-player. We are not going to do 2-player because that's kind of like Mario Brothers. I would go, and then you would go, and then I would go, and you would go. We're just going to do 1-player, but my main goal today is to beat skill level 1, skill level 2, skill level 3, and skill level 4.
Okay.
So, without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to you, and we're going to get going.
Okay. Skill level 1, 1 player. I guess that's his shroom house. It looks kind of funny. There's no white spots on it like there should be.
The animation in here is very much, it reminds me of like paintbrush on a computer.
Yeah, except, I don't know, yeah, compared to other old games, like if you compare this to Superman, like that animation is like, first of all, the image is spot on. It looks like him. And two, it's fairly smooth with the walking.
Yeah, and you were talking about Superman.
What the heck did I hit?
You ran out of energy because we were too busy dilly-dallying.
Dilly-dallying.
Yeah, basically
he's hypoglycemic.
This game has kind of a time limit on it. So you got your energy meter up there.
Okay, so I did a little practicing, and that's why I'm able to jump over these things. But otherwise, it is insanely difficult to try to jump over those things. You have to double jump, and double jump automatically forces you forwards.
Yeah, the jumping aspect in here is really weird. You don't use any buttons, so you don't push the side buttons, nothing like that.
See, if you try to just single jump over things, it is incredibly difficult. I don't know why he just keeps jumping up. He wants to walk forwards and hit stuff. Absolutely every little thing is going to hurt you.
Yeah, that was the one thing when I first played this game. I was like, holy smoke, this is crazy. Because, okay, just walk. Oh,
just walk.
Walk past that
walk
piece
through
of...
this.
Boom! Dead.
Right. You know, I think I figured out which Smurf this is. This is Tippy Smurf. Because he keeps falling over. Clumsy Smurf? Is there a Clumsy Smurf? I just tried to get right up to the edge of that thing and it hurt. Now, I don't know where it keeps sending me back to.
Yeah, one thing that's really interesting, every time you go to a new area, it shows this.
It's completely different.
Now, if you go back and then go forward again, look at...
That's not where I came from.
Now go back forward. It'll be a completely different layout. You're teleporting. It's teleportation.
Different. Yeah. But this is... Now, I don't know if you've played any other games. I know you're playing through all your Atari... Ooh, that's difficult. Because, like, I just single jumped there and he jumped me forwards.
Yeah.
What if that had been a pit of spikes? I couldn't jump over it with the single jump, but it automatically flung me forwards. I know I'm going to have that problem later.
Yeah, right here you're going to have to do a double jump to get over that.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about this game that I thought was cool. This is like a sit back, relax, smell the roses, Smurf game. Oh, happy little flowers. And then you come into this cave.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh creepy. Man. And this I thought was awesome. You come out and it's like, now here's this big black castle in the background. It's like, when I first saw that, I was like, that's awesome. It gives like this ominous vibe to it for me. It's like, oh, there's Castle Dracula.
Yeah.
There it is, you see it.
Gargamel's
You're getting
castle.
closer. Oh boy, oh boy.
What?
Yeah, that is almost like you have to do a single jump up to there.
It's impossible to
And now
do
you got
now
game
dead.
over. So 0 Smurfs, in order to do it,
done.
you have to hit the asterisk.
Asterisk.
And it sends you back. Otherwise, you'd have to hit reset.
Now let's try to do a single jump.
Yeah, you'd have to get close.
I'm gonna show you what I was doing before. Okay, get closer. Oh, wow! I kind of wish you could see how difficult it was for me to learn how to do that.
Yeah, you definitely have to get used to the controls. And once you play it over and over and over, you will get used to the controls.
On that first page, I died like 10 times. It's just...
I'm surprised
wow.
that doesn't kill you. That was my biggest complaint with the Colecovision, with their controllers, is the controller's got the pads and stuff, and you have this little knob. I wish there was no knob. I wish it was a joystick.
Yeah.
Because I could like have more fuller control instead of trying to do your little thumb stuff. Plus, the knob is really stiff.
So, I don't know how many...
Look at that.
Oh, that could have like sent me right into the spike.
I think that even in the manual they call them stalactites. I think they actually give them whatever the proper name is.
Huh, stalagmites are on the bottom. But the stalactites, you don't even hit your head on them. That's cool, they're just in the foreground.
So here's where it's like, okay, just be patient.
You know what's really dumb, too, is like, oh, I can just walk off the edge of this, right? No.
Yeah, you'll die doing anything
Just completely
like that.
die. Like, could you imagine if walking up the stairs was this difficult? That would make life, like, really exciting.
And that's what's funny, too, because a lot of people might not know this. I've been trying to play through every single game I own in order of release to watch the progression. And this, I believe, is one of the first examples of a side-scrolling platformer that I've played. Because people might be thinking, well, what about Pitfall? It's like, well, no, Pitfall came out later than this game.
That's what I was going to say. It seems like a really early side-scroller. It looks like a Mario kind of style kind of thing. Of course, this is really early. Way earlier than Mario ever was.
Yeah, this game came out in August of 1982. And like I said,
man.
yeah, look at that. Like when you get here, it's like now it's a horror game.
Yeah, What's his name? Freddy?
Yeah,
Am I gonna
Freddy.
fight Freddy from
Doom,
Nightmare on Elm Street?
doom.
And you got the Eye of Sauron, kind of a window up there. Is that a window, or is that supposed to be a spider web? I
think
don't
it's
know.
a spider web.
Is it?
Because the thing is, right now we don't have any enemies, but in the
Yeah.
later difficulty levels, there will be enemies.
Yeah.
And look at this. This is awesome. Look at that. A human skull.
Human skull, yeah.
And that's what I assumed that
It's
is.
to scale, too.
Because, like, Smurfs are supposed to be small,
They're
and I'm
tiny.
like, that's legit a dead human being right there.
Yeah, that is crazy.
In a Smurf game. Like that. And that's the thing, too. I was thinking, if somebody played this game brand new back in 82, would that creep them out seeing that?
I don't
Because
know.
up to this point, I had not played a horror game.
And then it just starts over, apparently.
So, alright,
It's like,
you did
the
that.
first time I did this, I got to the beginning, it's like, okay, level 2, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's
it
still
just
level
kind of
1.
repeats. So, in order to stop that, I don't think you can hit anything on here.
No.
So, you have to hit reset. And then you gotta sit through
No.
the loading.
I don't know why they used that song, because I don't remember the Smurfs ever singing that song. I don't remember that's anything to do with the Smurfs. That's, 'tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be sweet. What? That has nothing to do with the Smurfs.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not familiar with the Smurfs, so I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna go with skill level 2.
I don't give a crap,
You're,
Chris.
you're just lying, Chris.
You're lying.
Alright, so here's where it's like single jump, but like I have to hold the controller really wonky. Alright, so here we go. Then you can duck. Look at that. I forgot you can even duck. And every time he ducks to... Okay, here's where you got to do a crazy double jump. So jump and then jump again. There you go.
And goodness forbid you jump onto this page. Because if you try to do a subtle small jump first in order to do a double jump, it'll
Alright.
send you right into that thing.
And here's where you got to be careful too, because they'll come down and like target you.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to do that. Oh, you backed up off of there. You hit the grass. Tippy Smurf is on the grass today.
Oh, lucky.
Wow.
Yeah, this is why I'm like... You have to hold the controller. It's really weird, and then like perfect timing up.
I always hate games like this.
Oh, here's where you got to watch it. So it's like, okay. Then just do the double jump. There you go. Be safe, do the double jump.
I hate games where like inanimate objects and things that can't possibly hurt you. Like dripping water and grass and things like that. It's like the Smurfs live in grass.
Yeah.
First of all,
Don't hit me.
it's like,
It's like,
but
okay, rush,
that was an
go.
interesting technique. Yeah, I found like half the time I have to jump over them, and then that wasn't working because they were following my movements like 3D World Runner. And the theme song, I find this more annoying than 3D World Runner actually, but I know 3D World Runner was way later, but it was very similar.
See, here's where I'm like trapped. It's like, do I jump on the grass?
Nope. Double jump up high.
Because it was like right here. Okay, there he is. Now I'm trapped between here and the grass. It's like, you have to almost speed run that.
Yeah.
And these... There you go.
You're
Lost
dead.
all your lives.
All
I'm gonna
done.
start over. And according to the manual, too, apparently the faster you go through it, the more points you get. Because that's how, like I said, most of the old Atari and Colecovision games were based off of points. It wasn't a matter of beating the game, it was a matter of how many points can you rack up. And so I've gotten so used to that, like, oh, just go for the points, go for the points. Come on!
You skewered him. I thought Gargamel's whole thing is that he wanted to chop up Smurfs and turn them into a magical elixir for immortality or something.
So here it's like, no, stop, wait. Because if you don't wait long enough, if you're just like, okay, let's...
Whoa, that could have sent you right into the spikes.
Like, if you don't wait long enough and you just jump...
Yeah, it'll sling it forwards. Like, you don't do it!
Yeah, see, exactly.
Oh, small jump forward.
See, here's where it's like, I'm going to get trapped by this hawk.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to figure out...
No,
to
it's going to
time
land on
this.
you. Oh, what? That's
So I
nuts.
need to do this.
I don't even know how you did that, because sometimes I'm trying to jump forwards and he'll jump backwards. Or I'm trying to jump up and he'll be jumping forwards or backwards.
Here's where I think a trick is. You
Jump
come down
over
to the
there.
lower ground.
Uh-huh.
To see there's high ground and lower.
No, Anakin, I have the high ground.
Exactly. That's
then he
Obi-Wan.
gets pelted
There's
with a
Obi-Wan
bird.
Kenobi. If I get down quick enough, because he's going to go up when he gets close to that high ground.
See, that's a clever technique. I hadn't thought about waiting for him to start coming down at me, like backing up to a low ground, for him to come down at me so that I can go forwards and avoid him. I never thought about that.
I gotta start over again.
I was pretty sure it was just gonna chase me to the ground if I backed up.
But yeah, like you were talking about the animation, like watching him walk, it's super smooth.
Isn't it? Yeah. It's well done. This. I mean, I'd have to say this is like the first Disney game, the earliest Disney game you have, right?
Well, what's interesting is it doesn't say Disney when you load it. It says
doesn't.
Peyo.
Yeah.
I think Peyo owned Smurfs at the time.
I wonder when Disney acquired Smurfs.
Yeah, and that was one thing too we were talking about with the music. I'm used to playing a lot of the earlier Atari titles, and what made this game kind of awesome, which is also why I love the Colecovision, is they started playing music. Like right away, you turn this on, you hear teedle-eedle beetle dee deedle doo. But like at the time, like that was weird and really rare to hear a game with me. Oh, look at that! We got yellow spiders.
Yeah. That's
Ooh,
weird though. It's like
lucky.
you would think the obstacles in the game would have something to do with the cartoon.
All right, now I gotta be careful.
But it doesn't.
Ooh. There we go. So I beat skill level 2. 21,100 points is what I got. And then that would be the goal. That you start over and... Oh, you keep accumulating. So that would be the goal. So I'm so used to, like I said, Atari games.
Oh, the points keep going up.
Yeah, so my goal for this would be, can I roll the counter over?
Oh, yeah.
So I would just keep playing it over and over, going faster and faster to get the most amount of points possible. Alright, so I'm going to hit reset, and I'm going to hand it off to you.
Filming began in March 2010. Oh, the Smurfs came out in March 2010?
Yeah.
I was pretty sure Disney owns Smurfs, but Columbia Pictures did the movie. Whatever. Thanks, Google. Like, okay, since we're not all jibber-jabbing, I'm just going to take 1 second here to...
Columbia Pictures released The Smurfs on July 29th, 2011.
No, that's it. Kids, if you're writing your reports about the Smurfs, that's when they came out. July in 2011.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go to skill level 3. This is where it's going to get really tough in the noogie. So here we go.
Gosh. Oh, no.
This is the one I can't remember. I think they might start coming back at you.
Son of a gun.
I
Yeah.
had that third-party Atari controller. Because I tried that with the ColecoVision. I tried... Oh, I hear the audio acting up.
Is it? What the heck?
It's going through just like the right side, like really bad. There we
Oh,
go.
dagnabbit. Oh, dagnabbit.
There, now it's going a little bit better.
Dang
There you
nabbit.
go. Yeah, I heard it. I heard it go, and it's like slowly going to the right side.
It'll land on me and poop on me.
See, I'm wondering if there's a pattern to that when they're coming by, then they get to a point, and then they'll just start coming down.
Yeah, they do. Come down at me. No, I didn't say forwards. I was walking. Well, usually that's not the...
Yeah,
that's
because...
not what it was doing before, though. I got used to the way it was working.
Yeah, now you gotta stop. Now you can do it.
That's nonsense.
That was the problem that I had before when I was playing it. I'd be like, okay, let's go. Okay, stop, hurry up, and jump, and he would just go forward. It's like, what are you doing? Just jump up. Oh yeah, right there it was coming for you.
See, I was able to do it there. I didn't stop.
Alright, so here's where you would have to rush, because now he's going to come down and target you.
There.
That was lucky.
Yeah, no, I did your trick. I backed all the way up.
Yeah,
and then I had to go forward so that he targeted me back there, and then I moved so that he attacked where I was.
Look at the clouds, too. I didn't realize how nice they look.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Especially in comparison to, like, Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they
Really?
have different styled clouds.
What? Oh, I ran out of energy. I was dinking around too long.
Sometimes it might be best just to leave and come back.
He flies to the right.
To change up the
Yeah.
area.
Alright, try it again.
But yeah, like, even with the animation, that's one thing I noticed. Not all the trees look the same. It's like, yeah, that one's big, but then you have the smaller ones in the background, too.
Yeah.
Like, everything is kind of different looking.
They're all different shapes, yeah.
And you were talking about it, too. It's so weird with the Smurfs. It's like, the Smurfs live outdoors. They're running around in grass.
Yeah.
Yet this stuff kills them.
Grass. I'm surprised these flowers don't hurt me. I would understand if it was like a cactus or something.
Yeah, or even, like, these things.
Or a character from the Smurfs, or some sort of stupid thing from an episode of the Smurfs.
Like duck.
Oh, son of a gun. I was gonna jump over it, which I've done before. What?
I don't know how that worked. It was nice.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times too. I'm like, what the heck? Maybe it was just like, okay, we get it. It's impossible. We'll give it to you. Son of a gun.
Yeah,
All
usually I don't jump. I just stay on the ground and back up and then duck. Like,
Oh, wow, he didn't come down after me.
alright, duck and then, yeah, like right there, he sits there and targets you. And that's the thing, it's always random, so you can't, like, test anything out. It's like now he's going to come down low and just stay low. But then you jump and he goes up into you.
I forgot grass hurts me. No!
Yeah, it came out on both Genesis and SNES.
What? Oh, I ran out of energy. So,
They
and then
didn't
he
either
tries
come.
to come down at you. Ah! I didn't have any room to jump.
Yeah, he's going to straight up target you now. Points when you rescue Smurfette.
Huh. What happened?
You ran out of energy.
Son of a biscuit. I'm gonna try one more time, then you can have it, because I hate this.
Right into the grass. Yeah, that's when you gotta be have it all lined up proper.
I was gonna jump over him, but he went up. Oh, biscuits and gravy. No. No.
So now it's just gonna do that now.
It's just the same one.
There we go. It's almost like you gotta trigger the bird.
Yeah, it's like you gotta wait again. Ellie.
Yeah, energy's gonna keep counting down until we get to the cave.
No!
Boom! Right in the noggin.
I just imagine this Smurf getting pelted by tiny birds. That bird is the size of a Smurf. That's a tiny bird. Yeah. No!
Yeah, I'll buy another one.
No!
Yeah, this is where it's like it's kind of speed running. It's like, okay, here it comes. Hurry up! Jump! Jump! Duck!
Fine. It's not a duck, it's a hawk.
I know. Hawk the Slayer. What are you talking about? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Hawk the Slayer and Crow the Elf.
I just ignore him.
There's like 5,000 people in the world that's gonna know what I'm talking about. Voltan. I still cared about your bits. I still cared about your bits.
We don't know,
I still
he just
cared
makes
about
weird
your bits.
noises. What?
You ran out of energy.
He needs a friggin' Snickers.
You're gonna die because your energy.
It's like, I'm gonna hunt you down.
Give me that thing.
Frickin'. Just get out of my face so I can play the game, dang birds.
I do love though that you can, like I said, you can just hit the asterisk button and it just like right away. You don't
Yeah.
have to hit the reset.
Maybe it's a moth. Maybe that's what it is. It's a moth. It's like, okay, this is a gummy bear. If he's sitting here next to us, I'm like, how
Yeah.
big are the gummy? How big is frickin' Duke Igthorn? Did I say Duke Igthorn or Gargamel? I don't even know.
Yeah, you
They're-
said Duke.
Okay, good.
The Duke? Yeah, that one.
The Duke,
We're
yeah.
talking about the Duke.
We're talking about
The
John
Duke.
Wayne.
The Duke from Escape from New York.
John Wayne in Escape from New York. And his hazards. I've heard of his hazards. The Duke of Hazards.
So that triple one, that is a really tricky jump.
Yeah.
It's almost like, no, you just gotta play it safe.
Did you hear that Duke University sued the alcohol company for whiskey named after John Wayne?
Huh.
The alcohol was called Duke. And Duke University's like, you stole our name. And they sued them. It's like, what the heck? Like, how does that get through, like, some sort of board of approval? It's like, yeah, Dean, we think we should sue this alcohol company. Why? Their name is Duke. What? That's our name. Our name's Duke. They can't
Yeah.
be Duke. It's like, well, I can't imagine. It's like some sort of idiocracy cartoon. Well, it's just dumb.
Like right there, I stopped for how long?
Yeah.
And then he just decided to do the jump forward.
I'd hate to see this character in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah. Yeah, like those 3 ones, you have to like specifically do the double jump. And all these cutout hills too. I'm surprised that didn't. Look at this. Well, at least you gave me a flat platform now. Now I got a speed run.
The Smurf needs an airborne stair lift.
Now it's gonna put me in.
Hover round.
Okay, duck, and then he'll smack me.
Is this Smurf limited by his mobility? There's a hover
Like, how
round
many
Smurf.
stages is this now? This is like the 17th one.
Yeah, probably. It's probably going through every single stage.
I wonder if it is going through skill level 1, skill level 2, and then skill level... Finally, thank you.
Skill level, finally.
Go down the hill. Alright, be careful.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Now I gotta wait. There you go. Yeah, you get 10,000 points. It's written right there.
That's Freddy's skull right there.
Yeah. Good old Freddy. Alright, I'm gonna hand it off to you, and you're gonna do skill level 4. So you get to experience that. But we gotta hit reset to do it
Oh, that's
again.
right. It doesn't just go on to skill level 4.
This is the
Oh my
hardest
gosh!
one.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
No, it's coming after me. Holy cow!
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. Like, skill level 4 is where they don't leave. They'll target you the whole time. So you
Oh,
gotta,
man.
like, go. Really rush through it.
I skewered myself. I'm like that guy in Born Identity who falls off the roof and skewers himself on that.
And they're
That's-
faster than you, too. That's
Yeah, they
a
are.
crazy thing.
Oh, I should have just ducked. I should have ducked. Jump, I said. You saw me move that thing up. I'm just
Alright, so right
practicing
here,
now.
hit pound once. Yeah, it just takes you right back there,
Oh.
so.
Okay.
So when we beat an
Okay.
area, it'd be probably quicker just to die.
Oh, and
The camera
just
died.
like the camera.
Yeah, just like the camera.
No.
They should be crows, not hawks.
yeah. It is crows, isn't it? Or is it really hawks?
Yeah, the manual said hawks.
Oh
from
wow,
what
I was
remember.
just saying that. Like as I said hawks and I was like, "Oh, I misspoke. I meant crows." But just go with it because I can't speak. That's a hawk. It's a black hawk, Jake. It's a black hawk.
Yeah.
I also remember like oh great.
Maybe that's the thing. Now let it get off screen. Maybe it comes
it goes
down
back
and
and
then-
forth.
I mean, if you could hurry up and rush out of there, that'd be good because,
Come inside. Why don't you just come inside?
well, at least this one's a little easier. Oh, that was lucky.
I squandered my luck. No! This also reminds me of a church hymn.
That's why I wish the reset button worked a little bit better because that's how some Atari games were. Games like Stampede or something, you'd be going, you make a boo-boo. Nope. Start over. Nope.
Yeah.
Start over. That's what I like with the Atari is the switches were right there, so you could just be like, nope, bam, bam, bam. Change the color on here.
Bam Bigelow.
On here, there really isn't any switches for that. You can't adjust the difficulty, and you can't
Oh, wow,
pick
that
the
worked.
game on the console. You can only pick the game via software.
Duck and cover. I don't know the.
Yeah, you ran out of energy.
Ow! I feel like I'm gonna break this thing.
That's what I was saying. Like with those controllers, it's like that knob is so stiff. It's like I wish I had a joystick or mod my own. Take
it.
like a joystick part,
Take it apart.
glue it on top of here,
Oh, you could.
so I could sit here and do
I
this.
was gonna say just rewire something in. Rewire a PlayStation controller to work.
And that's the thing, like, okay, fine, let's put a Genesis controller in here. And it's like, well, why don't you do it? It's like, well, I wouldn't mind doing it for this, but when I'm playing games oldest to newest, I like to play with the original hardware as was intended.
Yeah.
Like, right now, how
Get
we're
the
playing
real
it,
experience.
this is how it was originally intended to
The
be
real
played
feel deal.
back in 1982, with the exception of the TV. But it's
Oh,
like we're
crap.
playing the real game on the real console with the real controller. It's like, no, now this is actually the frustrations that people would have had in 82.
Claw out my eyes.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try hooking up the
Smurfed.
Alright, I'm gonna wait until you either beat the game or you die, and then I'll switch out the controller.
Oh, no, it's a colonial song that it. What? Stay out of my butt, would you? Please. Wow.
Right there you could duck, and I don't think you would...
Son of a biscuit.
Oh, you're gonna jump into that grass.
Oh, you son of a biscuit.
Alright, I'm going to try putting this in just to see if it does anything. I don't even know if it'll fit. That's probably why, though. It's... Because you have to hit asterisk. And there's no asterisk on there.
No, that's true.
Where's that controller at? So I need to plug this in.
Hopefully it's behind that preposition. Just kidding. Will Smith told that joke. Why am I not surprised?
I'll hit the asterisk. And now, I'll unplug it.
Oh, yeah. This is really productive. This is practical. Oh man, better hurry up and play.
It
Hurry up
does,
and
look
play.
at it, it works.
What? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. Wait, if we put in
I
this...
wonder if...
What if we put in controller 2 and then hit asterisk with that one?
Yeah.
That's so much easier. Oh my gosh. Why would anyone do anything different? This is awesome.
Yeah, now I wonder if...
Sort of.
I'm hoping that this works by hitting asterisk on controller 2.
We'll find out.
Because then if I have to hit reset, I'd have to keep pulling out the controller. And I just had an idea, but I'd have to look for it. I have a splitter.
Okay.
One of those old Genesis splitters. It plugs into one, it comes out to 2. I called it a Genesis. Okay, I'm going to see if it works.
Oh. Break out the splitter?
I don't know where that's at, though.
Oh.
Yeah, because hitting any of these buttons don't do anything.
What about turbo?
Yeah, turn on rapid fire.
Rapid fire. He pulls out a freaking machine gun.
Because I know Genesis controllers work on Atari, I just wasn't sure if it would actually work on Coleco. Oh yeah, that's when you back up.
Oh.
But you're still going to hit that. Alright, let me see that. Alright, see if we can...
What? Who puts a picket fence in the middle of the road? Really? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Is that a sidewalk? It's like a sidewalk made out of asphalt?
Yeah.
Blacktop sidewalk. It's
Yeah,
like,
the
but
Smurfs put blacktop through the forest.
or is it black dirt?
Yeah.
Oh! I thought he was going to come back. I was like, what, now you're just really targeting me now? I thought I stopped long enough.
Nope.
Because I also need to pay attention. See, I like this. Now it's like, okay, now you can come and target me, and then I'll duck and you go away.
Yeah.
I need to keep an eye on my energy meter. And that's why I get so mad, because it's like, what is this stage never going to end? Thank you. Oh man, and now we're going to deal with the bats.
I hate the bats.
Now on skill level 4.
Why did it have to be bats?
Exactly, he's pretending he's Indiana Jones in a cave now.
Yeah.
Like, how do you deal with the bat, especially in this skill level? I wish the... Nope. That's got to be a double jump. I got to remember that crap.
You didn't say the magic word. People have no idea what we're saying, ever. It's like, what are you talking about? Wayne Knight. What?
Wayne Newton. I know, just jump as slow as you can. It's like, I'm trying to hurry up now. Yeah, I have to do the double jumps on there, but it's like that. He's so slow. I wonder if that's the trick. Rush up to the bat as fast as you can and then just duck. Oh, man.
Rush up to the bat and then duck. Yeah.
No, like I'm stuck. Because you can't walk off that.
Ow.
You have to jump off that.
Yeah. No, you can't jump off.
Look at
You
that
can't.
mess.
That's like someone took a bunch of bites out of the ground there. That's a mess.
Yeah, like I said, I like once you start getting the hang of how the controls work, then it's like you can kind of go and then...
Yeah, you do start to get the hang of it.
But still, getting that goofy timing is still tough.
Yeah.
But then again, like I said, back in the day, there was really no computers, no internet. Technology wasn't existing back then like it does now. So it's
Yeah.
like kids really, when they have this game, it's like, no, they're probably going to sit down
Get
every
really
single
into
day
it, yeah.
and just really tear into it. I wanted him to leave screen so I could deal with this. This tricky. Oh, look at that. It's like, nope. But my energy meter is going to crap. That's why it's like you can't dilly-dally. You have to just go. But it's like, what, speedrun this?
Yeah.
It's like they put such tricky jumps. Like, I couldn't jump that.
Do cartwheels.
Like, right there. I stopped.
Not really.
Like, right here, rush, and then duck. But I don't like the double jumps in the caves. Like, here, rush, duck. It seems like that's working if I rush the bat and duck. Look at that!
Dodge the Skatactataz.
Marty.
Marty?
Oh, man. Oh, no, I might not. Ooh! Don't target me! What are you doing? Just blew 2 lives. Because of that tricky garbage. Right there! What am I supposed to do then? It's like, he comes so low, it's like, no, you gotta duck. And then you duck, it's like, well, no, you don't duck because now he's gonna target you.
Yeah, there's no options. Like, sometimes it's just absolutely 0 options. Sometimes I find that rushing the bird and jumping over it works okay, but...
If I can get to Gargamel's castle, I should be fine because I think the spiders should be pretty easy to deal with.
Gargle smell.
Now I'm like starting to get nervous.
Yeah, because you're doing well.
And I got 1 life. It's like, exactly, now they're gonna do this jittery crap. And they zing! They hit the ground so fast. Like Sonic. No, they actually move faster than Sonic.
Sonic doesn't really move that fast. That's what always confused me about the cartoons. Oh, I gotta go fast! It's like, Sonic goes fast?
I am so
I
glad
played the
there's
video
like
games.
nothing in here. Now I gotta be super patient.
Don't mess
Stop.
it up. You could still mess this up.
Holy
Yeah.
smoke in a
Oh.
handbasket.
Oh!
Now with skill
All
level
right.
4. So we went through all 4 skill levels.
That's crazy.
Now let's do it again and try to roll the counter over.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so that was Smurf Rescue in Gargamel's Castle for the Colecovision. So what'd you think of it?
It's pretty Smurfy, Jake.
Yeah, very, very Smurfy.
Smurfy is the Smurfiest game I've ever played. Which could mean a whole lot of things. Okay, so, I don't know, good animation, crummy controls. You know, it's good that they put music in it. It would have been better if they actually used the Smurfs tune. You know, you didn't see Gargamel in there.
Yeah, there was no Gargamel, which is really interesting.
His cat wasn't in there. At least they had a spider in there attacking. At the very least, they could have put in Gargamel's cat.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know much about the Smurfs, but you know more about it, and you were saying there's Gargamel, and then he's got a cat. It's like, well, where's Gargamel, and where is his cat?
Yeah.
It's not even in the game.
And then little spiders. Spiders, Jake.
Yeah, bats, birds, and spiders. And that was the one thing about this game. When I played it before, I was like, oh, wow, a nice sit back, relax, smell the roses, easy game. And yeah, skill level 1 is that. You play, you kind of jump over stuff, whatever, and you get through the end. Then skill level 2 is a little bit more tough. They have some enemies. But then once you get to skill level 3, it's like, holy cow, it gets super tough. And I think that's the one thing about it is none of the stages are exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's like they keep repeating. Like you go into a stage, okay, here comes a bat. Oh, it's in a weird spot, so let's back up and come back in. Now it changes on you.
Yeah.
So you can't get the layout and try to memorize it. Which is okay. It adds, I guess, not continuity. It adds maybe replayability to the game. It's
Yeah.
always different.
Yeah.
But
I think you can utilize that to your advantage, too.
Yeah.
Which I tried to.
Yeah, all of a sudden you go into a crappy area, and
Yeah,
it's like, well,
I don't like this map.
yeah, you go
Try
back,
something else.
come back in, it's
Yeah.
completely flat now.
Yeah.
The problem with that is when the enemies do that garbage. All of a sudden you have the bat and the bird, and they're like,
Yeah.
especially the bat, and it's
Yeah.
like, how
It's
do
like
you
kinda-
deal with it?
Like, no matter, it's like the hand on 3D World Runner. You jump up, it jumps up, left, right. Like, there's no way of getting around it.
Yeah, but I think I figured out that tricky nonsense with the bat. As soon as you enter the stage, here's the bat, you just rush and then get as close as you can and then duck.
Yeah.
And then he seems to kind of go over you.
Yeah.
If you duck too early, he comes down and smacks you.
Yeah.
So at least that worked for me. I don't know if that's kind of the
Yeah,
trick.
there's still little tricks you gotta figure out. It's amazing, like, how much, like, detail there is to actually kind of figure out about the movement of these characters. Because if you just throw it in and start to play it, you feel like like it's random and it doesn't make any sense, and why is it doing this and why is it doing that, and you get angry at it. But I think like probably kids are probably better at this than adults are. But when you start playing, you realize that there are patterns to things. You just gotta wait it out and like keep paying attention to it. Then you start realizing the behavior of different kinds of characters, and sometimes you gotta watch like the birds or the bats to find out which behavior they're emulating, I guess. What are they gonna start doing? It's like, oh, it's gonna start doing that thing. I need to do, react accordingly.
Yeah, and I was noticing it more when you were playing, and I'm outside of the game with hindsight. Because you're in the game, and I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm noticing the bird come down, and then he goes back up.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking if you could time it to get right here, then duck, and then
Yeah.
take off. But when you're in the moment, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, because when you were playing, I finally realized, because you did something, you backed up as the bird was coming at you, and then you went forwards, and that's when you backed up, that's when the bird started to hone in on you to come down, and when you moved forwards, you avoided it. It's kind of interesting that we're talking so much about the gameplay on such a simple game.
Yeah, it's super simple game. Like I said, the game came out in August of '82. Very simple, but like I said, I've been playing every game I own in order of release, starting with the games in console games like Atari in 1977, and most of the games that I own up to that point had like no music, with the exception of maybe Asteroids had a little bit of music, but everything was super simple. And then to throw a game like Smurfs in with the animation being the way it is, it actually has a song going on. It's like, this is crazy.
Side scroller?
Yeah, it's a side scroller where you actually rescue a damsel in distress. And so, I thought the game was a nice sit back, relax, smell the roses game, but it does get really tricky. And you said kids might be better at this than adults. Why? Simply because kids have the time to blow and just sit there and play the game. Like, they can just sit here and play because they get up, go to school. They have no responsibilities.
Yeah, that could be.
Then they come home and they just play it and play it and play it and play it. Meanwhile, we're going and doing all this stuff. We barely have time to sit down and take our time to learn the game. Yeah, and one of the other gripes that I have, and it really isn't with the game, it's the controllers.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of the joystick layout on the Colecovision.
Yeah.
It's super stiff, and maybe that's the thing because this is actually the first time I think we've ever played a Colecovision game on the channel, so this is kind of cool having a first. But like I said, this is really stiff, and I don't know if they loosen up over time, but I doubt it. It's like, man, if only I had a joystick that I could hold.
Yeah, that's when you plugged in the Genesis controller in there. Granted, it doesn't work except for the direction pad. Suddenly, it started to. It was way more comfortable, way easier to hit the buttons when and where you needed them.
Yeah, it felt more natural having a D-pad rather than joystick.
Yeah.
One of the other stupid things, like you said, Gargamel isn't in there. Noah's cat. But I do also think it's awesome. It's supposed to be Smurfs happy, and then all of a sudden you get to the cave. And it's like creepy music. It's like, oh, here we go. And then you get even to Gargamel's castle, or you get to the next area and you see his castle in the background. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's ominous. Look at here. There's Dracula's castle. Yeah. Oh, and then you finally get to the road, and then you get in his castle. Cobwebs everywhere. It's really scary. Then you get to the end, and there's a human skull just sitting there. Yeah. Gargamel killed somebody, and there's his skull right there. Yeah. So really cool graphics. I like the graphics. I like the artwork. I like the design. All around, I thought it was a pretty fun game with the controls. Wasn't a fan of the controls, and then the difficulty. It really did crank up the difficulty, but you do have to sit down and really take your time to get used to it. All right, now as far as the price goes for the game, loosey-goosey like this, no box, no manual, you can get it loose for about $7. Complete, it goes for about $20. So, do you think the gameplay is worth $20 complete or $7 loose?
Well, at this point, it's like I'm getting confused because I have to compare, like, how much did we say, like, Adventure was worth?
Yeah, I don't remember what we said that was worth.
Honestly, that's an older game, but I liked it more than Smurfs. It was more creative. That's generally it. You got more options of gameplay. It's just, like, I enjoyed Adventure more than I enjoy Smurfs. I just did not get into this like super high energy kind of thing like I did with Adventure. Yeah. I didn't feel like there's a lot of creative options with this like there was with Adventure. So it's like an Adventure's an older game. So I think for gameplay quality, I wouldn't say it was worth $7 if we're gonna compare it to Adventure, which was probably a $5 game at the time.
Yeah, I think I spent like $3 on it. Now because of like movies, it's like skyrocketed. So I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah, for me, this game is kind of like your stereotypical $2 to $3 Atari type game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's not really worth $7, but then again, it depends on how you're playing it. Like, okay, I'm going to put it in and beat all 4 skill levels. Okay, yeah, it really wasn't worth the $7, it's worth about 3. But now what if I make it a goal, I'm going to try to roll the counter over. And now I'm sitting here playing it, getting better every day, every day. All of a sudden, I took like an entire week to roll the skill level over on all 4 games.
Yeah.
It's like now you're really putting your time and energy into it, then it would be worth more of the $7 and
Yeah.
even $20 complete.
That's true.
But for a game for me, just popping it in, playing it for a little bit, it's like, no, it's about your $2 game.
Yeah.
Unless you're really going to hardcore dive into it, it should be worth about $2, maybe $3.
Yeah. And that's what most Atari games, I don't know about ColecoVision, but Atari games are mostly worth about $3 to $5 around here.
Yeah, and that's what the problem with games always going up and down in price. Atari games to me were always like $2 to $3.
Yeah.
And but now they
That
keep
makes more
changing.
sense.
ColecoVision is interesting because I never find ColecoVision around here.
Mm-hmm.
So I could understand if they're a little bit more pricey
Yeah.
because of the rarity of
Yeah.
just not being around here.
And of course, I have some forgiveness for the gameplay and everything like that because it's an older game. Knowing it's an older game. If someone came out with this yesterday, I'd be like, I'd pay 1 cent for it.
Yeah.
You know? But it's a piece of history.
But yeah, like what you were saying, talking about like because it's an older game, it really is almost unfair to try to compare it to newer games.
Yeah.
Like it would be unfair to compare this to the original Super Mario.
Yeah.
Because this came out like 3 years prior.
Yeah.
This came out in August of '82. We got Mario October of '85.
Which back then meant it was like miles behind because they were accelerating so fast in technology.
Yeah, so this was like 3 years prior, and so like if this can hold up to Mario, which it doesn't, but it's like if we had a game like back in '82 that held up to Mario, it's like that is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. So it's really unfair to compare them to newer games.
Yeah, the historical context is important.
And now, as far as the amount of time it took for us to beat the thing, it took us about an hour and 5 minutes. Now, I've gone through and live streamed this over at my other channel, Janitor Jake Plays. So I live streamed this before over at Janitor Jake Plays, and it took me about an hour, and I could not get past skill level 3.
Uh-huh.
And then I just went to skill level 4, putzed around a little bit, and finally shut it off. So today I finally was able to beat it alongside with you. And like I said, I played it for about an hour last time, so for me I had a total of 2 hours into it. If you're good at the game and you know what to do, it would probably take you about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes to go through all 4 skill levels. Because each skill level gradually gets longer and longer.
Yeah,
so
if
it'll
you're
probably
really good
take you
at it.
about 20 minutes to do all 4 of them if you're good.
Yeah.
Playing it for the first time, probably an hour to maybe even 2 hours to actually fully beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that was good old Smurf for the ColecoVision. With that being said, I think we're going to take off. So whatever. I'm Janitor Jake,
I'm Chris K.
and we will see you guys next time.